What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris Man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Thursday, August 21st, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's going to be on with me today. She's a philanthropist that's affiliated with the Sparkle Foundation. She's an entrepreneur that helped started the Lifestream vocational school, Lifestream Learning vocational school that's located out there in California. She also has a podcast of her own that we're going to talk about called Inspire Her. Her name is Samantha Tradelius. And we are going to talk to her about her why of getting into podcasting, her why of entrepreneurship, and kind of get to know her and ask her some get to know you questions. So without any further ado, I introduce you the wonderful and the talented Samantha. Welcome to the podcast.
Let's do it. Work hard, play hard. Those are words I live by. Let's go, Chris.
Now, you and me both, girl. There's no question about that. No doubt. I love it. I love it. Now, my first question to you is the same question that I asked to everybody on here on this podcast, and it's really simple. What is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models, any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why for getting into podcasting, but also getting into entrepreneurship?
You know, a long time ago, I heard a saying where it was where you have an ability, you have a responsibility, right?
Hmm.
And,
Right.
with anything I've ever gotten into, it was because I knew I could make a difference. And, I really push forward. And like when I wake up in the morning, it's like, I want to make sure my day had purpose and like what I'm doing has a purpose. So whether it's my Sparkle stuff, my insurance stuff, my mom stuff, my podcast stuff, or any of the other little things I'm doing, waking up and making sure that I've got that purpose and that purpose driven focus is really, I think, what keeps me going. And kind
Right.
of my undertow, my foundation of who I am and what I stand for.
I love that. I do. Did you always know growing up that you wanted to be in media or entrepreneurship, or did you have any other aspirations and this kind of just fell into your lap?
No way, man. I mean, come on. I was actually at my parents' house this last weekend, and I came across a picture of me when I was like 17. And like when
Mm.
you're like 17, or you're like just starting, your life, and you think you got it all figured out, and then you
Oh, of course.
realize, I don't know how old you are, but I'm like creeping up on 45, and I'm like, I didn't know anything, let alone who I
Mm.
wanted to be when I grew up. I come from an entrepreneurial background. So my family has always owned a business. My father was in insurance, my mom was a nurse, and they ended up buying Lightspeed Learning, which is the school that we have now, when I was about 12 or 13. So, having a family business was always like in our blood, and it's what we
Okay.
did. We all worked. And that's kind of how my career in insurance started. But yeah, I mean, I had no idea. I mean, nobody wakes up and says they want to be in insurance. It's not like the most glamorous, sexy industry.
Right. Right. Right.
Even now, I'm like, when I say what I do for my day job, people are like, really? And I'm like, I know. It says it like the shoe doesn't fit. But, um,
Right.
I think where life takes us, these little meandering journeys, they always kind of, circle back to, the underlying focus of like having purpose. So like when it comes to insurance, yeah, I'm selling insurance, but I'm also like, I'm having purpose and helping and being a part of somebody's story and their career and their building of their dreams, with the financial aspect of it. So, even that part of me is a purpose driven part. But yeah, I had no idea what I was going to do when I grew up. I still don't.
I love that. I do. And mind you, just to tell you what my age is, I'm coming up on my 20th year being out of high school. It's a 20-year anniversary
Okay.
being out of high school.
So
So yes.
we're not too far apart.
No. No, not too far. I'm actually going to be going to California. That's where I was raised,
Okay.
in California, Southern California, so San Diego to be exact. 20-year anniversary is actually in October, so I'm definitely going to go back there and do that for that in October. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Um, I want to ask you about CSU Northridge, and I want to ask you, were there any other schools that you were considering going to other than that particular school, or was you dead set on going there?
It's so interesting. Going back to that picture that I saw a couple days ago was, one of my bigger regrets in life is probably not going away to school because I grew up in LA. I grew up in Thousand Oaks, Ventura County, and I
Okay.
was always in like such a hurry to grow up, right? Like I wanted to. When all the girls were at like partying and having fun. Like I was like working with my family, or when I got into college, it was always about like I knew I was building something and focused on something different. I
Right.
decided to stay close to home because number one, I was working and I was like really vested in my career, and then like I bought my first place when I was 18. Like I moved out, I had a mortgage, I was like going to school, like doing my
Mm.
thing, working. And yeah, I mean, Cal State Northridge was just, it was there. I did apply to other schools, but like this one just kind of made sense. I mean, it was still LA. It was still, I was like, I moved out of my parents' house, but yeah, it wasn't like I went away and had like a full on college experience. Now, would I have done it differently? I don't know, because I feel like my life and where it's taken me has done me okay. But
Okay.
did I miss? I always figured like I would rather really put my head down and work really hard when I was younger, so that when I got older, I knew I'd have like more money and I could enjoy things differently. So that was always like my
Absolutely.
mindset, right?
Yeah. Yes,
So here
absolutely. I
we
live
are.
my life like that too. Work hard, play harder. I love to do it. I love to work hard, but I love to even play harder. I'm definitely that type of person that's an extrovert when it comes to the parties and stuff like that. I like to get in the groups. I like to talk. I like to socialize, especially if you get a cold beverage in my hand. I can
You're
get
ready to go.
get a little. Oh, no doubt about it. There's
Hmm.
no doubt. So I want to ask you some favorite questions, Samantha, and you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions. Okay, so here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Ooh, my favorite meal I like to cook. I'm Italian, so I like a good dish of pasta.
Okay, now, all right, now, are we talking like ziti, rigatoni, lasagna, alfredo? What we talking?
I like to make a good meatball. I can do a good
Mm,
red sauce. I can do a good
mm.
spaghetti. My husband likes an angel hair, so that tends to be like if I'm going to go down the pasta road, that tends to be the road I go. And I make pesto. I can do it all. I like to cook.
Okay, now. All right, now. I mean, listen, I do plan on coming back out there to San Francisco just to let you know the
You can
Super
invite me.
Bowl is actually out there
It
next.
is.
Well, it is. It's out there next year, I believe, with the
Yep.
40 home of the 49ers. So I definitely plan on coming back out there. May have to say what's up to you on
You
that
may
one.
have
That's
to
what I'm
come
just
on
saying.
over the bridge and come say hi.
I,
I'll make some pasta.
That sounds good to me. That definitely sounds good to me. I'm a huge taco person. So Italian food, if it ain't Italian, then it's Mexican food. Love tacos, love nachos, love that. So I can definitely whip that up pretty good. Um, Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Ooh, that's tough. I would say okay, so when like I grew up in LA, like I said. I remember my second concert I ever went to was Tom Petty at the Hollywood Bowl, and I was probably
Wow.
like 14, 15, and it was
Hmm.
like nothing I'd ever seen before. It was crazy, it was wild. That was very cool. And then I would say probably my other second favorite was I saw Erica Badu at the downtown here in San Francisco, and it was unbelievable. I love Erica Badu, so she was good.
Then you better call Tyrone. I know that's
You
right.
better
Yeah,
call
absolutely.
Tyrone is right.
Right, right. No
But you
question.
can't
I
use my
love that.
phone.
Right, right, right. You already know. So I love it. I love that. I'm a huge concert goer. Last concert I went to was probably Kendrick Lamar because I love all genres. But I would say my best concert I ever went to was probably The Weeknd. I'm a huge R&B person, so I love The Weeknd.
Yep.
I love his music, so I'm huge into that for sure. And just old school R&B. I want to go to the Brandy and Monica tour that's coming
Yes.
out. Do you heard about that? The Boys Mind tour.
Yes.
They're coming on
Yes.
tour, so I want to go to that. So we'll see. We'll see if I can make that happen. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Vancouver, Canada.
Okay. Was that what kind of trip was that? Was that a business trip, a honeymoon trip? What kind of trip was that?
So I was born in Bellingham, Washington. So it's about
Mm.
20 miles south of the Canadian border. So when you were younger, like I grew up in LA, but my family lives in Washington. So we would go up there all the summers and all the things. And I don't know, like I
Okay.
would always find myself up there every like couple years, every other year. It's just the coolest city. Like I love the Canadian vibe. I love the water. I love boats. I like the Pacific Northwest. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just a cool city. People are cool. Food's good. It's just, it's a vibe. It's cool.
I definitely will have to call you for some recs on that. I have not been to the Pacific Northwest yet. I have not been to that particular city in Canada. I've been to Toronto. Toronto's a beautiful city, no question about it. Montreal too, but I have
Yep.
not been to Vancouver, so I definitely got to be able to do that. My favorite place, though, well, is new, I should say, is New Orleans. And the
Okay.
reason why I love me some New Orleans is because their food is amazing. I
Yes.
had a chance to go there and cover the Super Bowl. That's one of the biggest reasons why I love that place. It was just so many great people, so great vibes, great food. Beignets was good, just everything. So I love New Orleans, that's for
I
sure.
agree. I like New Orleans too. I think there's so many cool spots, all over. I like to travel.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Me
New Orleans
too.
is
Me
definitely a
too.
vibe.
I love it. I love it. Okay, now I'm a sports person, so I'm gonna ask you this two-part sports question. So here we go. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV, and also favorite sport you like to attend in person. They could be the same sport.
Well, we are a race car family, so I would say F1 seems to be on my TV here at the house. I
Okay.
even have my trusty Ferrari hat.
Wow,
So
look at that.
I would say that is probably like what's on what I mean, that's what we were watching. And as far, what was the other question? The one I like to watch live?
Yep, attending person.
So I grew up, my brother played ice hockey. And so we're a hockey
Mm.
family. Like my family's hockey people. So I would say I like hockey. If I'm going to watch a game live, I like to watch hockey.
So are you a Kings fan? Are you a Sharks fan? What kind of fan
I'm
are
a
you?
Kings girl. I'm a Kings girl, I would
Okay.
say. Yeah.
Okay. Got you, got you. They're my second favorite team for
Yeah.
sure. No question about that. Definitely my second favorite team. I do love me some LA Kings because obviously growing up in San Diego, all we had was the goals, so we
Yeah.
didn't have a professional team out there. But the Kings, I grew up in a time where Gretzky was on the Kings and
Yep.
stuff
Same.
like that. So that's my kind of era on that sense. But I also was a Blackhawks fan. That's probably my number one team, the Chicago Blackhawks, because I was born in Chicago, had parents that was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. So definitely, no question about that. All right, that's what's up.
Hmm.
Last of the favorites, and I really would love to hear this one. I'm a huge foodie, and I'm definitely going to be looking for some nice food uh, restaurants when I do come back out there. What is your favorite place to eat out at?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay. So I split my time between San Francisco and St. Petersburg, Florida, the Tampa Bay
Wow.
area. We have a
Okay.
house there, so we live there. I'm here and then I'm there. There's a restaurant called Burns in Tampa that is one of the coolest steakhouses. It's like an experience. Anybody that's been to Burns knows. I think that's one of my favorite places to go.
Burns. Okay.
Burns Steakhouse.
Okay. When I do go to Tampa, I definitely will have to check that out. I have never been to Tampa yet, but I definitely will check that out. Burns. Now, what kind of food do they normally serve?
It's a steakhouse, so you're gonna get like
Ooh.
steaks or any of that. But the whole thing is like you eat, and then they take you if you want on this tour through the kitchen, and it's like this incredible machine. I mean, they're serving like 500 salad. I mean, they're making salads, they're making the meats, they're doing all the things, and then you can go to their wine cellar. It's just unbelievable. And then when you're all done, you go upstairs to their dessert room, which is like a whole different dining experience, but it's just desserts.
All right, Samantha. I love what you're talking. You're
So it's
talking that good
like, I
stuff
mean, you're
right
there
now.
for 3.5 hours. It takes like their reservations. You have to book out like probably 3 months in advance. However, if you go at 4 o'clock in the evening or in the afternoon, you can be there when it opens and sit at the bar and have the same experience, and just not have to wait. So if you don't have reservations, that's a little local tip. But
Ooh,
it's
I
cool. It's
appreciate
a
that,
cool
dear.
spot.
I appreciate that. That's what's up. I love that. Okay, that's what's up. I'm definitely gonna take that into consideration. Let's talk about your day to day. Like you said, you have a full time to where you kind of sell insurance, but you also, like I said, have a foundation called Sparkle Foundation, and you also have a podcast too that you do, and also a school that you kind of oversee. So, tell me, what does your day to day operations kind of look like Monday through Sunday?
It's a spiraling mess of chaos usually. And you forgot I got two kids. I got two teenage daughters, so they've
Hmm.
got me going in
Yes.
a million different directions. So insurance, me, I've spent my career selling insurance. Is how I've made a living, and that part of me is, I don't want to say kind of on a tail end, but we sold our company, and I'm kind of in this like limbo status where I still sell insurance to keep my head in the game, but it's not like my day to day. I'm not doing 40 hours a week doing that. What
Right.
I am doing is the education stuff. So we had mentioned before my family starting a business when I was about 14. The insurance school. So it's a licensing school for insurance. So that's where I started in insurance. It's my foundation there.
Hmm.
So I've kind of gone full circle, and now I'm back in the game, and I teach. I travel all around and teach agents how to sell insurance. About different products, what's going on. Women in insurance. I speak on panels. I do all kinds of stuff. I build courses. So that's kind of what keeps me busy during the day, as a job. As my parents are getting ready to retire, I'm coming back in, and that's coming over in my responsibility era. And then
Sure.
Sparkle is my passion job, right? So I don't get any money from Sparkle. I started Sparkle 9 years ago. We're a
Okay.
full blown 501(c)(3). We serve single moms in the Bay Area of San Francisco, anywhere from Sonoma to San Jose, everything in between. I
Okay.
also have footprint in Sacramento, Los Angeles, and Phoenix. So we
Okay.
serve four major geographic areas there. I run a team of about 300 to 400 volunteers, and there's 9 board members. Everyone's volunteer labor, so it's unique. Um,
Okay.
we serve single moms. 3 things we do: we do a holiday gift drive, we do enrichment scholarships, and we do microloans. We've been at it, like I said, for 9 years, but I've been doing the work since I was about 23. So this will be my 22nd year doing it,
Wow.
which is
Wow.
or 22nd or 21st year. It's crazy. And we've served over like 10,000 lives and brought in over 2.5. We're inching towards $3 million in these last 9 years of being an actual organization, which is pretty cool. Um,
Yeah.
we do Christmas, like I said, that's kind of our big thing, and then enrichment scholarship. So we send kids through different sports programs. I just wrote a check today, my 45th of the year, which is a scholarship for like a young girl to play or do ballet. We do
Mm.
baseball, basketball, softball, like whatever. Imagine a single mom can't pay. She can pay rent, she can put food on the table, but now her son or daughter wants to play ball, and there's just like no money. And so we fund those programs typically for a year for a mom to not have to worry about her kid being involved in extracurriculars, because it's not the kid's fault.
Right.
And then
Right.
the microloans. So we supply funding for single moms that want to start or grow their business. So that's my Sparkle Me, which certain times a year takes up more time than others. But it's always, every day I do something Sparkle related. And then I've written a couple books. I have
Yep.
my podcast with my girlfriend Stacy called Inspired, where we interview women all over the world doing cool stuff, like women that just get up and do more than breathe, right? So they could be makers, creators, physicians, entrepreneurs, just women that have kind of had a different path. And they share their stories, and they're like, every single one of them, you're just like, whoa, that wasn't what I expected.
Right. Right.
um,
Absolutely.
and people, like, unless you have a huge platform or a bunch of money, a lot of times, you don't get to have your story told. So we provide space for that. We've been doing it for 5 years. We have interviewed over like 250 women, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, and then I'm mom. So I've got, two crazy teens that go in like 50 different directions. One's a dancer, one's a soccer player, one just started high school, the other one's in middle school. It's a lot. It's chaos around here.
It sounds like that, Samantha, and that's really, really awesome. What you're talking about, your Sparkle Foundation, and also the teaching agents all around. I'm gonna break it down because I got bonus questions. I want to definitely
Oh,
ask you. First off, about the Sparkle Foundation. Where was the origin behind of getting that foundation started? Like, what was the reason behind it? As you said, you've been involved with it for over 2 decades plus. But what was the origins and the reason behind you wanted to start that?
so when I was about 23, I wanted to do something to change the world, and I started like doing a bunch of research. And a lot of these organizations that are out there, I mean, they're great, but you donate $100 and 85 of it doesn't go to what you think. And so, when I
Right.
was 20 years old, I didn't have a lot of money. I had no money, but the money that I did have, I was like, I wanted to make sure that it went towards what it was supposed to. So I didn't find,
Absolutely.
as any entrepreneur, when you don't find what you're looking for, you make it. So I found the Dear Santa program in Valencia, in Santa Clarita, and they had a huge program through the post office. So you could go, and they would have all the letters that the kids would write to Santa. And so the first year I picked like one or two, and I mean the kids would tell you what they wanted for Christmas, like they're writing to Santa. And so I got my fingerprints done. They'd take my driver's license, they make sure I wasn't a psycho, and then they'd let me in this room and I could pick how many ever families I wanted to help. So the first year I did two, then I did five, and then it just continued to grow. And the families that I would always gravitate towards were these like single parent families, because
Sure.
my grandma raised my dad, my aunt, my uncle as a single mom in the 50s, in like an era that like did not embrace the single mom experience.
Sure.
She worked like three jobs. It was like the stories I would hear were just like awful. And I knew that woman because she was my grandma. So I'd read these stories and I'm like, oh, like I know I can be helpful. Like this is a sector of individuals that work so hard and yet are so underserved. So that was just
Hmm.
like why single moms. It was as a legacy to my grandma. And then it just stuck, and it's been our focus ever since. Is we only serve single moms. That's it.
I
I get
love it.
like single dads, and I'm like, sorry, man. Like we're single moms. That's what we do.
I totally understand that. I do. And I love the fact that you said you teach insurance. Now, are we talking car? Are we talking home? Or what kind of insurance are we talking life? Or what kind of insurance are we talking about? And when you say teach insurance and build classes and you travel for that, like how often do you travel to like maybe different classrooms or different conferences or different kind of speaking engagements where you do that?
This year I have been on the road. I think I just clocked my 28th flight. So I travel.
Wow.
This year I've been traveling a lot. I go all over. So in the state of California, you have to do what we call pre-licensing. So when you want to get your license to sell insurance, the state mandates you do so many hours of classroom. And in the old
Hmm.
days, it used to be like physically in a classroom. In the new days, it's you can do it online, which is great. After you
Sure.
get your insurance license, you have to do continuing education to maintain your license, as you do many
Sure.
professional licenses. So,
Sure.
what I do is I build the courses for those continuing education classes. Because a lot of the times it's like super boring, not exciting, not relevant topics that like people learn anything. And I saw that there was such a void in the market, and I was like, well, let's just like shake this shit up and like let's make something else here. So I started doing it.
Absolutely.
And I had the
Yeah.
platform to do it, so that's what I've been doing, and it's been awesome. I've been interviewing some cool people. I have it like in a podcast format. I do live panels, like I do branding stuff. I mean, all just real different things that I think help people in their insurance practice, because it's hard, and it's evolving constantly with AI and all this new technology.
Hmm.
My specialty is commercial insurance, so business insurance, property
Business. Okay.
insurance.
Got you.
That's I started selling home and car insurance when I was 20, so like I can do that. I can talk about it, but my focus and where I spent the majority of my career in sales was in commercial business insurance. So that's really where I kind of play in. I could talk about life, I could talk about health, but it's not really my forte.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm talking now. How many people do it? How many people go to the school? How many people do you normally get enrolled into certain like classes? Do you cap out in classes, or is it just one of those things where it's kind of spur of the moment
Well, I mean,
and people
everything's
sign it?
online. So, I mean, at any given time, we could have hundreds of people in our learning system taking different various
Mm,
courses. That
yeah,
varies daily. As
yeah.
far as live classes go, I mean, depending on the capacity of, like, I'm about ready to go to Palm Springs next month and do 4 days of all kinds of different stuff. So I'm doing like AI, I'm doing, applications 101, I'm doing branding, I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So my classrooms are set typically for like 100 people, and I can have anywhere from 20 people to, I've had standing room only people in my classrooms too. It's usually like the first
Wow.
day, like they'll like be like, what's going on in there, and then by like the third session, I've got like a full room full of people that are excited about what we're talking about.
Okay. Now I want to get to the podcast one. Last bonus question. That is, how many podcast episodes do you normally do? You say you've interviewed over 250 plus people. You have a co-host as well. How many podcasts do you typically get out, maybe per week or per month?
We have always slated it for 52 like once a week has been how we've always done it. As we've kind of gone on, we, life happens, travel happens. So like we're year 5. So we've taken a bit of time from like May until we're just going to start actually getting back on air tomorrow. But
Okay.
typically, we'll record 2 or 3 episodes a week and we'll bulk up, and then like we take off because we do Sparkle, we'll do Christmas. And so it really takes up a lot of time because we're, providing Christmas for hundreds of families. And so, we'll bulk up for the next 2 months and probably do 2 to 3 episodes a week recording,
Mm-hmm.
and then,
Okay.
get them out. I'll just schedule them and do all that.
I love that. Now, how can people? You said you have volunteers. How can people get involved with your Sparkle Foundation? Let them know.
It's so easy. You just go to sparklenow.org. You can click the
Hmm.
volunteer button, sign up, and then once you sign up, you're on our mailing list. And anytime things are happening, we send, mass mails. The other thing that's really great is socials. So if you follow me at Samantha Tradelius, just my first and last name all together, once you're in my orbit, like I used to really silo out, like I only talked about Sparkle and Sparkle, and I only talked about insurance on this. And now I'm just like, you know what? You're gonna get it all. So my homepage as far as my social is like my own Instagram, and I post anything me related. So Sparkle, insurance, podcast, mom, you're gonna get it all.
I love it. Like
And
I
that's how you
said, I
found
love
me.
it.
That's how you found me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And listen, that's why I say you are very photogenic. Because the first photo I saw of you was a nice still, and I was like, "Wow, that's a beautiful photo right there." But then I started reading and doing my background research, and I was like, "This is a no-brainer to reach out to you and talk to you about this because you're doing amazing things out there in my hometown state, pretty much in California, where I grew up, and also what you do in Tampa as well, because you say you split." But it's a great segue, Samantha, because I want to ask now about mental health and work life balance. In my profession as a journalist, I've seen a lot of journalists kind of teeter off and go to different professions because their mental health was affected, the work life balance is affected because in journalism, news never stops, sports never stops. It's every single day that you're doing something. It's hard to get vacations. It's hard to take breaks. You also work through holidays. You miss graduation celebrations and family time, right? You just said it, right? You are a mother, you are a wife, you are a philanthropist, entrepreneur. You do a lot of different things. A podcast host. You're traveling all the time. Tell me, how do you keep your mental health strong, but also still try to have that work life balance? Because you seem like a wonderful woman to be around. Obviously, I wouldn't mind hanging out with you, and I'm sure your friends and family feel the same way. But you need some Samantha time too. So tell me, how do you balance all of that?
Sure. So I have some non-negotiables that I've learned in these almost 45 years. One is
Okay.
every single day when I'm home and I'm in town, I go and I lift weights every morning. Like I have a trainer, I go like that's my 5 days a week thing. And it's like 1 hour that I could check out and get my ass handed to me in all the right ways,
I love
right?
it.
Yeah.
I love it. Hell
So that's
yes.
that's number one, and that keeps my head clear because it allows me to hit reset. I also really do not believe in work life balance. I think it's, I don't know if we can swear. Can we swear on here?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
it's bullshit, right? And anybody that tells you that it's real, it's not. So you're constantly going to be like chasing this dream of like, you know, failing in this way because you're not giving enough to all these different parts of you. So, the moment I figured out that I was the chooser of the way I wanted to design my time and my days and my life was the moment that
Hmm.
everything shifted for me. So I like to look at it in different buckets of time. So some days my bucket for like Sparkle's real full and my insurance is not so much. My mom bucket's full. There's all these different things, and everybody's going to get little different parts of me based upon what is needed. Um,
Okay.
and I go to bed at night and I don't feel deflated. I feel like I've accomplished something. That's important to me, and I had purpose. That's like, if that's my North Star, like that has to happen every day. Now it doesn't always
Okay.
happen that way, but that's my ideal scenario. I also do these like pauses. So once a quarter, I try to take a weekend or take a week, or we can work anywhere really now. with internet. So as long as there's internet, I feel like I could function and I've got, coverage with kids or whatever. I will go and remove myself from the day-to-day weeds of whatever's going on just for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it
Right.
once a quarter. And I think that really helps me stay focused because I know like my Q4 is the most insane time because I've got, holidays, all the things, sparkle, big stuff. I just go so hard that by January, this old girl is like, put a fork in me. And I know that that's the time where I don't schedule things because I need a timeout. And I know that about
Right. Need a break.
myself. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's really managing your time and realizing that you're the decider of how you want to spend that time. So choose wisely, like choose the buckets that work for you every day and make it make sense and realize it's like it's a juggling act. It's not like there's no formula for it. It's different every day.
I love that answer. I really do. And I love the fact that you said that work life balance is bullshit because I've been thinking that for many, many years being in this industry for sure. You're never going to get 100% right. It's never going to be 100%. You can't devote your time to 100% of everything. That's why I love the fact that you talked about buckets. There's going to be some days, like you said, you're going to devote this to this and devote that to that. But the main thing is you know the cards that you're dealt, so you just deal with the hand that you're dealt. You know that all these things are very important to you. And I always say, and not just in occupation work, but this is also in relationships. People make time for things that they want to make time for.
Yes, they
They
will.
always will. They
Yes.
always will. And it always will be like that. If you're not getting made time for, you probably should reevaluate your choices in people or the things that you're doing. No question about that. That's my main thing. So I love the fact that you said that answer. Keeps your mental health strong and it eliminates any kind of drama that is possible that it can happen. Because I'm not a really drama filled type person. I've never been that way. I'm always up front with people. I feel that's how you got to be. You got to be direct and up front. It eliminates drama and it puts the ball in your court whether or not you're going to reciprocate that to me. Because if you don't, well, then I have my answer. I don't need to ask any more questions.
But
So
I
that's just
also
what it
think
is.
too is that like a lot of people are procrastinators, and I'm not a procrastinator. Like there are things
Yeah.
I know that I could get done that will make my life easier because lo and behold, there will be some flying grenade that slams itself on my desk that's going to
Sure.
derail whatever I think. So a lot of what I do is preventative, stress for myself. Like, I've got
Yeah.
this big event coming up in the next few weeks and I've got all this stuff to do. And I'm like, yeah, like I could do that next week. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do it next week because I know there's going to be some other disaster that's going to need this time.
Right.
And so I don't like, I don't want to put myself in situations that I can control to not be chaotic for me. And so I
Hmm.
think that's another thing as we get older, like, where the road gets bumpy. So, take the turn the other way.
Right. Right. Alter it. Right.
Yeah.
Alter it. Go a different route. Do something else. I totally understand what you're talking about. Absolutely. And that, to me, in my opinion, before I get to the next question, life kind of slows down for us when you get older. It slows down, and people might not understand what that means, but for me, it slows down to the point of you kind of know what you can do, what you can't do, what you need to do, what you want to do, and you know how to go about it
Yeah.
in getting those things done. Just like what you said. And even if you're thrown curveballs, you have a better mental understanding of, okay, I can deal with this. It's going to
Yeah.
be okay,
Because it's always
regardless.
like life is going to be messy. Like that's part of
Right,
life, right? And that's
right,
part of this whole
right.
journey. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. So you just
Hello.
you you just got to
I'm
you
with
got to roll with it.
I'm with you on that. Now, what is some advice? This next question, go here. What is some advice that you would give someone that one wants to be in entrepreneurship or wants to start a podcast? Because there's a lot of creative minds out there that want to get into that, but sometimes there's certain factors that hold them back. Financial being a big one, but there's other factors as well. Talk about what kind of advice would you give those individuals?
You got to try, number one. And, I think so many people, they're always like, well, I'm waiting for this, or, the timing has to be right. Or, guess what? Like, none of this that I do, there was no like right time. There's no right time to start a business, to start a family, to, move across the country. There's no right time to do these things. You just do them, and you pray for mercy. I would say that, like, being messy and being not knowing all the answers all the time and falling down on your face and just being like, dude, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
And brushing yourself off and go and like getting up again and going. I mean, that's what it's all about. Like, you have to stumble, you have to be challenged, you have to feel uncomfortable, all those things that nobody wants to do. Like, that's what breeds
Right.
success, honestly. And those are all very like natural, normal, entrepreneurial feelings that you need to have. And it's exciting, it's exhilarating. You'll never work harder than anybody when you're working for yourself, which is awesome and terrifying at the same time. But you got to start and you got to try. And if it doesn't work, try something different.
I love that. That's great advice, Samantha. Great advice. I love that. We have reached the portion of the podcast now that we're going to play my interactive game, which is called This or That. It's a
Okay.
game I like to play with all of my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, and it's very simple. I'm going to throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, Samantha, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, let's rock with it. Out of these two restaurants, if you had to choose between these two, which restaurant would you rather eat at? KFC or Popeyes?
Oh, KFC?
Have you ever had KFC?
I have. I've never had Popeyes. That's the only reason I say
Oh my
KFC.
gosh.
We don't have
Oh
them
Lord.
here. I've never had one. I've never been.
What? I'm coming out there. You don't have no Popeyes?
We don't, not around. No, I've never been to a Popeyes chicken.
Okay.
So I,
Well, we
I
might have
can't
to
I
change.
can't actually answer that question honestly.
Okay, we might have to change that. I'm gonna definitely do my Google search. I'm gonna let you know if there's a Popeyes out there
Hey,
because
you
that's
find
one of
one,
my
I'll go.
favorite
You
spots.
find one, and I'll be
No
there.
doubt.
Hmm.
No doubt. I'm with you on that. Okay. When it comes to chicken wings, which flavor would you rather have on the wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
I'm gonna go lemon pepper.
Okay. When it comes to wings, do you like your wings wet or dry?
I like my wings. Well, I kind of like them both, but I would say probably wet would be more ideal.
Okay, I like that. Now, do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
God, I think the boneless is an easier option and a less
Hmm.
messy moment, but I do think the
Hmm.
bone on the wing is, that's what the wing is.
It's traditional.
You gotta suck it up.
Right.
Not
Get
pretty.
it's okay to get a little messy. It's okay to get a little messy, get a wet wipe, go to work, wipe your mouth and wipe your
You
hands
can
and
do
just
it.
go
You
to
can do
work.
it.
I'm with
Uh-huh.
you on
Yeah.
that. Okay, I'm with you on that. That's awesome. These next five questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend.
Okay.
So here we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Prince or Michael Jackson?
I would see Michael Jackson only because I've seen Prince.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you on that. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see? I had this one in mind: Janet Jackson or Mariah Carey.
Janet Jackson.
Okay. Wow. You said that like it was like a dig at Mariah Carey. Like, oh
I
my
mean,
gosh, why is he asking
I'm
me?
okay with Mariah, but Janet's Janet. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Now, which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see the R&B artist Genuine or Joe?
Or what? The other one you're cutting out.
Joe.
Or Joe. I think I'd probably see Genuine. Just because he's kind of
Okay.
like, I grew up with Genuine. So I'd probably, I think I'd
Okay.
go that
Okay.
direction.
I'm with you on that. Now, which music concert would you rather go see? Metallica or Pearl Jam?
I think Pearl Jam.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm not a Metallica girl.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I
Okay. You
know.
definitely are in the minority on that one. That's
I
what's up.
know.
I like
I
that.
know. I know.
I, I'm
I
with.
like Eddie
I'm with
better.
it. Okay. Which music concert would you rather go see? Last one of the music concerts, Brandy or Monica?
I think Brandy.
Okay. All right.
I
You
think
sure?
Frank.
Because you let out a sigh of air before you answered that
I mean, they're
question.
both so great. Why can't I see them
Mm.
both together?
You see, people say that all the time. I actually have a bonus one for you, though. Bonus one. Which concert would you rather go see, Rihanna or Beyonce?
Beyonce. I've seen her twice. She's amazing. I'd see her again.
Okay. Okay. All right. You said that real fast, too. Okay. You came up with the music really good. Now, which sport would you rather watch on TV, basketball or football?
Basketball.
Okay. All right. Which sport would you rather play, badminton or bowling?
God, I think badminton because my nails and the bowling ball doesn't work. My fingers get
So you
stuck in the
had,
ball.
well, we wouldn't want to break no damn nails. That's for
No, we
sure. We
wouldn't.
wouldn't want to do that.
No, we
We wouldn't
wouldn't.
want to do that, Samantha. Okay, I'm with you on that. Badminton. Okay, do you like desserts?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these that you'll never eat again. So here we go. The first category is grouped together, so it's pies/cakes. Okay. The second one is candy. The third one is ice cream. The last one is cookies. Which category are you getting rid of?
Candy.
I would say you on point like a period. Because I'm telling you, I would get rid of the same thing. I would get rid of candy out of those four categories. Now, what is your favorite ice cream?
Anything chocolate peanut butter.
I've been getting that a lot lately on these podcasts. People love them some chocolate peanut butter. Okay, I ain't mad
Hmm.
at that. That's pretty good. Do you like potato chips?
Do I like what?
Potato chips.
Not really. I'm not a chip girl.
Not a chip girl. Okay. Let me ask you, do you drink sodas?
I love a Diet Coke.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you between these four brands. You have to choose one of these brands. One of them is not Coke, but you have to choose one of these brands that you would never drink again. Okay,
Okay.
here we go. The first brand is Pepsi. The next brand is Mountain Dew. The next brand is Dr. Pepper.
Ooh. Okay.
The last brand is A&W.
I would
Which
say
brand are you getting rid?
I would get rid of Mountain Dew because it's like not good.
Oh my goodness! Wow, get rid of
Mountain Dew
Mountain
girl.
Dew.
And then I would get rid of Dr. Pepper. Those are two no-nos.
Oh my goodness, Samantha.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Okay. We have not disagreed at all until that question. But listen, there's a lot of things that's great about you, but you just proven you're not perfect. That's all. That's it. That's okay. That's all right.
It's all right.
But there's a lot of things to you. There's a lot of great things about you. I want to ask this next question. It's two top four questions, but the next question is called bucket list. Okay.
Okay.
I want you to give me a top four of bucket list of events or I would say things that you want to do in your career that you haven't done yet.
Okay. You want me to events? I think one of the things I'd like to do is I would love to go to Paris Fashion Week. I would
Okay.
love to go to Monaco to see the F1.
Okay.
Um, and as far as my career goes, I don't know, man. I'm kind of doing it. Like there's nothing. I mean, I continue to like surprise myself with the opportunities that I get to do things. Like I got to go to New York this year and experience a tech show for InsurTech that was kind of cool. I mean, I'm kind of doing it.
So let me ask you, would you want to go to a major sporting event, maybe with like a major sporting media event where you could talk about maybe your insurance or talk about your foundation?
I mean, sure. I'm always down to talk about what I got going on.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like these are the type of things I wanna ask you. It's like maybe you might inspire to almost, and do something a little different out of the norm. Is there another thing that maybe come to your mind that you might want to do to be like, you know what? I don't normally think about this, but I might want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost a part of me is more about simplifying my life because my life is so chaotic, so like taking
Mhm.
on more doesn't seem as exciting as it did, maybe 10 years ago, but
Sure.
I do think that opening up more sparkle chapters across the country is something that I think would be really cool to do. Now that we've done
Okay.
it 4 times, we know it works. We have the model, so taking that and expanding that and spreading that word across the country, I think that would be kind of pie in the sky, maybe something that I might want to do. But again, I don't know. Like I'm happy with the way things are and the way I'm spending my time right now.
I love it. I love it. Now, I would love to have a top four from you as far as what to do out there in San Francisco. But you can also talk about Tampa as well and St. Pete. What are some things I should do when I touch down in either one of those cities?
All right, so the Bay Area, you've got to go. Downtown San Francisco is iconic, so you got to go check that
Hmm.
out. Ride on the trolley car, do the whole thing.
Hmm.
The waterfront's amazing; it's beautiful. I would say driving over the bridge, going to Sausalito, anywhere up the coast is,
Sausalito.
yes, sensation. I mean, it's California is so beautiful. Um, Restaurants are good. People are cool. There's a lot of just like cool nature if you're into like being outside. I mean, the water's just cool. I mean, it's not warm like LA or even San Diego beaches, but the beaches are really pretty.
Okay.
As far as Tampa goes, I don't spend a lot of time in downtown Tampa. I spend more time in like St. Pete. But it's beachy, it's chill. So I'd say any beach, you're not going to be disappointed. There's definitely like if you're into boats and being on the water, there's a lot of really cool boating you could do.
Definitely,
Um,
definitely interested in that for sure.
yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of like cool. It's a different culture. Like you can jump on your boat and then go and have lunch or puddle around the bay. Um,
Hmm.
and I really like alligators. Okay, Chris, I'm telling you, I like them. And you can go on these boats in Florida, and you can go and you can see the alligators in the swamp. And I think if you've never done that, you got to do it. It's a
Oh,
vibe.
I love to see them from the boat. There's no
Yeah.
question. I love to see the alligator from the boat, but I ain't stepping near one. That's for
No,
damn sure.
no, but you ride on these like airboats and you like zip around in the Everglades. It's kind of cool. And then, of course, if you're in
Okay.
Florida, you got to go to Miami. I mean, if you've never been to Miami, like you got to go to Miami.
Now, how
That's
close is Miami and Tampa, though?
3 hours.
Okay, so it's not terribly far. Okay, I got
And
you on that.
it's
That's
not a
pretty
big deal.
cool.
But if you're in Florida, you gotta like forget Orlando, forget all that. Miami's where it's at. That's a fun town.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. Now, Samantha, what is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
I am the chooser of the way I want to live my life. Somebody told me that a
Mm,
long time ago, and I was like, you know what? You're right. Like it's up to me to be able to figure out how this plays out. So I got to make the decisions, and nobody's making them for me.
wow. I like that. Whoever said that, shout out to that person because that is definitely deep. It's a
It's
definitely
heavy.
deep one liner for sure. No
Hmm.
question. I wanna ask you some rapid fire questions for sure.
Okay.
And this is basically just the first thing that comes to your mind based upon the questions that I ask. So here we go.
Okay.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles,
Okay. Chicken or ribs?
chicken.
Okay. Juice or soda?
I mean, probably juice.
Okay. Okay. Favorite Netflix TV series?
Ooh. Netflix TV series. God, I don't know. I was talking to somebody the other day. I like Mad Men. We watched that during COVID, and I like hadn't seen the whole thing.
Mm,
Now that wasn't a Netflix one, but I watched it on Netflix. I don't know. I'm a
yes.
documentary girl. Like I love a documentary, so I watch a lot of like documentaries, and I love some true crime. I don't know what that says about my character, but I love me some murders.
Okay. Well, as long as you ain't planning on doing one, I think you can keep
Yeah,
watching them. That's all that matters.
crazy,
So that's cool.
crazy people behaving badly. I'm just
Uh,
fascinated with it.
yeah, so is my family for some strange reason. But that's okay. That's all right. No judgment here. Favorite color?
Black,
Girl, let me tell you, black is
right?
always beautiful. I'm gonna tell you that right now. No
It's
question
my
about it.
shade of choice. I wear black every day. That's my color.
I love that. I love it, Samantha. I love that. Now, favorite sandwich?
Pastrami.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Oh,
I
it's
don't think I've
good.
ever had a pastrami. Wow, I'm
A
gonna have
hot
to
pastrami. If you go to New York City, in the city, get a hot pastrami sandwich. It's the best.
have pastrami. Wow, I'm at the Wikipedia that.
Yep.
Favorite board game.
Hmm. Probably Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly's a good game. I'm a beast when I get bored walking Park Place. That's for sure.
Things
Favorite card game.
card game. I like Uno.
Uno is good. I'm a monster when I do that draw four. People be getting mad too when I hit them with that draw four. I love that. You guys got
Hmm.
some good taste. Favorite alcoholic drink.
God, I'm just like my drink's very simple. It's vodka on the rocks
Hmm.
with a
Hmm.
splash of olive juice. That's my
That
drink.
is very. Now was that what you were sipping right there?
No, I have lemon water. Lemon water.
Oh, lemon water. Okay, got you, got you. Okay, I'm just asking. I just want to make sure, just in case. But that's okay if you was. No, no
Yeah.
doubt. I've had Hennessy. I've had Hennessy on the podcast before. That's
You know
my
what?
drink, so
You
I
do
love
what
that.
you got to do. No judgment. No, I
Absolutely.
used to drink a lot when I was younger, and now it's like I really got to want it because it just hits me sideways, and I don't feel good the next day. So I got to really
Yeah.
want that martini. But when I do have it,
Hmm.
that's what I drink.
I feel that. Okay. Now, if you had a choice to bring three people with you on vacation, who would those three people be and where would you go? Now, before you decide, Samantha, you could choose family, friends, or celebrities.
I would probably choose if I got three people, I would probably
Three
choose
people.
my three best buds. Like
Okay.
my two best girlfriends and my friends and my friend Josh. I would probably because we have so much fun together and we travel a lot together. So I know what I'm getting into.
Mm. Now, where would you go? If you can go anywhere, where would you go?
Gosh, we go all over. I like to go to Europe. I like to go to places that have beaches. I think the girls and I are actually planning a trip, I think, to Europe next year. So I don't know.
Okay.
We like to go to like,
I love it.
cool, fun cities, exploring. We're a good time. We like to have some fun.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. I'm hoping I can find out one of those times. That's for sure. That'd be amazing. No doubt. That's awesome. If you had a choice to listen to three artists or three songs on repeat and never get tired of them, who would those three artists or three songs be?
My favorite three artists I would say that I listen to the most would be Sade. She's on a lot around here.
Ooh.
I
Ooh,
like some
oh yeah.
Otis Redding. Otis is on a lot
Ooh.
around here.
That's a
And
throwback right there.
yeah, and I like some Southern rock. Like I'll put on the Black Crows and jam out to
Mm-hmm.
some of that. But I'm definitely a music person myself. Like I like music. I always have music on. That's
Mm-hmm.
I will listen to music before I watch TV any day.
Well, you definitely named one of my favorite, well, two of my favorite artists. I would say Otis Redding is probably one of my favorite artists. Number one, love me some Try a Little Tenderness. Love me, some These Arms Are Mine. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. I mean,
All
I
of
could
it.
probably bore you
I
with
know
every
all of it.
song that I
Otis is
love.
the
But
business.
Sade is definitely a vibe. You
Yeah,
got to definitely be in the right vibe to listen to her, but her voice is just so different. It just puts you in the right mood, no matter
no one like
what.
her. She's amazing.
No one like her. She
Yep.
is. I want to ask this next one here, and that is, if you had a choice, to choose between being a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, a podcast host, or someone that's selling insurance, if you only could do one of those jobs for the rest of your career, which one would you choose?
I don't know. I would I would say I think probably the philanthropist part because I think the doing good feels good. But
Hmm.
I also like really enjoy my career and being driven and entrepreneurial in that way. So
Sure.
I would say like the purpose part of me is probably my most favorite part of me, and that drives me.
I love that. I do. Now, I'm going to ask these last two rapid fires. If you were to play a sport, which sport would you play that you would absolutely dominate in?
God, I don't know. I'm not very athletic. Let's just start with that. I
Oh,
have other talents. Okay. I I ran track as a like in high school. Like that was kind of my thing. But like
Okay.
everyone jokes around that Samantha's. I'm not the one getting picked to be on the team. Okay, I'm the rah rah girl. I will be your
Hey.
I'll be your cheerleader, but I'm not going to be physically doing anything. I don't know. I kind of dabbled. I like playing tennis. Tennis is kind of fun. I like running
Okay.
around.
Okay.
Um, and I like being in the water, so I'd say maybe like swimming. Swimming's kind of fun.
That's cool too. I could definitely see you doing that. I could definitely see you
But
doing
then
that.
I'm
That's
also
what's up.
like I could form tack. I feel like I could be really good at form tackling people. I mean, I'm only 5 feet tall, so
Wow.
I'm not a very tall person, but I feel like
Mm.
I could come at you like a spider monkey if you look at me sideways. So I don't know. Maybe I have a football career in my next life.
But you just might, you just might. You know what? That's so crazy that you said that because I was looking at your photos and I was like, looking at and seeing, I was like, man, she's super tall.
Oh,
I thought you was like 6 or 5'7", and I'm like, man, I barely tower over her at 6 feet. But then you said 5 feet, and I was like, oh,
yeah, I'm five
oh,
feet, almost one, and my husband's 6'4". So it's kind of
okay,
we like look like this. Um,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's pretty funny. And yeah, my daughters are both way taller than me. Um,
Mhm.
I have one girlfriend who's 4'11", and I'm like, I get to be taller than her. But other than that, I'm always usually
God
the shortest person around.
God bless her heart at 4'11". I'm not the super tallest person at 6 feet, obviously, but man, I mean, God bless those people that's 4'11", and yourself that's 5'1". I love that. I
Listen,
I do
we
tower
walk
over some
tall.
people.
When her and I walk into a room, we mean business, right? She's
Absolutely,
she's the
yes.
girlfriend I met lifting weights, and we're like our trainer's like 6 foot. She's just like woman, and the two of us, we're always causing problems. We're like this. She calls us the short ones that don't stop
Hmm.
talking and cause all the problems. And I'm like,
Mm.
sounds about right. Sounds about
Okay, I
right.
like that. I
Yeah.
like that. Now, I'm gonna ask this last one. Which sport would you play that you absolutely would suck in? You think your worst sport that you would play?
You know what? It's golf. I suck at golf. I've tried golf. I can't hit the
Oh,
ball. I can't see the
oh,
ball. I don't have the
oh,
patience for it. It's too quiet.
oh.
It's like old man sport. I'm bad at it. I don't like it.
And and see that is incredible because a lot of people have said that on this podcast, and I'm like, the ball is stationary, y'all. Like the
I know.
ball is not gonna move unless you hit it.
I know.
And it's like people are just so bad at swinging the golf club and whiffing on the ball. Do you whiff on the ball?
I don't even know what I do. Like I grew up as a kid and I played softball, so I can hit the ball. Like I can hit it. I don't know. It's just like I have such a disconnect. And then if I do hit it, I can't see where it goes because it's like this tiny little ball, and I don't like. I just you
That I
know
can understand.
I'm not into
I can
it.
understand.
I think the outfits are terrible, and I think it takes up too much time, and I'm out. Golf and
I love it.
I'm out.
I love it. Way to keep it real, Samantha. I love that. And this has been an absolutely wonderful conversation of just learning about your background, your why of why you do what you do, your entrepreneurship, and just your heart. I love the fact that you do the Sparkle Foundation. That is really something that's very admirable that you've been doing, been involved in for the past 2+ decades. I hope people get a chance to see this and more people want to come out and volunteer and help out because obviously you do amazing things in helping out single moms that need help. That's amazing. But also your podcast. I can't wait to hear the next episode that you guys drop and talk to because I'm definitely a new fan of yours
It's
and I will
coming
be
out
following you
soon.
for sure. And like I said, I want to be able to obviously see you up there in San Francisco. You and I would definitely stay in touch. My final question to you is there anything else you would like to add about yourself? Anything at all before we conclude?
You know, I I'm not different than anybody else, right? I'm not special. I haven't been like bibbity bobbity booed with a magic wand. Everything I've ever learned has been, by trial and error and the hard way. And I think that, you know, you just got to try, and you just got to be like, if you want something, you're the one that's going to make it happen. So like, what are you waiting for? You don't want to like be so old that like you wished you would have. So if there's a business you want to start, or a nonprofit you want to start, or a new place you want to travel, or whatever, just like get out there and go do it, right? Life is short. Now's the time. Go.
Well said, and I would disagree. I think you are very special, but I think everybody is special in their own right. You definitely deserve your flowers for what you're doing and what you continue to do because it's inspiring. And I'm sure you inspire some people, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's ever told you that. I'm sure there's other people that have told you that as well, and rightfully so. So, Samantha, I appreciate you rocking with me here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. I want you to enjoy your Thursday and have a great rest of the week. You and I will definitely be in touch.
All right, friend. Thank you so much.